There's history between these two at the top level. 5 years ago they met in a league final when Monaghan came out on top. The victory suggested that Cork's championship reign might be under serious threat, but later in the summer Cork prevailed in the All-Ireland semi-finals. Fast forward to the next league campaign and Monaghan claimed another victory over the Rebels early in the year at Inniskeen with Teenie McConnell's goal. But again, when the same teams met in the All-Ireland final that year, Cork made it 3 wins from 3 All-Ireland finals against Monaghan in the last decade. Valerie Mulcahy with the goal. Now in 2017, the rivalry remains intense, even if the encounter is in the qualifiers.
It's unusual, yeah. We probably meet Cork most years in the championship, just never really this early. It's a surprise to see them in the qualifiers, but you can never write Cork off, and they are reigning All-Ireland champions, so there's still massive effort. I suppose they want to get their 8th All-Ireland in a row, so they'll be pushing massively for that, so we know it's going to be a tough game, but sure, bring them on.
And everybody's looking and thinking what's going on down there. Credit has to be given to Waterford, of course, but Cork have had, been missing the O'Sullivans, but there's a transition there as well, so you'll be hoping that maybe this is the year that you can catch them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there is a transition, but sure, you see the younger players coming up, are just as good. And I suppose Munster Championship this year was, so competitive, and, fair play to Waterford. And I suppose you have to give the credit to Kerry. They've been there and thereabouts every year, and, they were flying this year again. So, different champions this year in Munster, but sure, it can be anybody's game. All-Ireland series is a different kettle of fish altogether, so we'll see how it goes.
Ciara O'Sullivan, Cork captain, this has been an unusual year. What should we read into it from a non-Cork point of view, looking in at what has happened to Cork?
I suppose not much other than we lost 2 championship matches, which I suppose might be a bit unusual, but in the past few years there's never been much between it. Like Waterford game last year was a tight game, and there's never been anything between us and Kerry, so obviously we're disappointed to have not been contesting a Munster final in with a chance of winning it, but I think for us now we have to forget about that and treat the All-Ireland series as a separate competition and just focus on that. And obviously we would have loved to be in Munster, but we can't dwell on that.
You, of course, were away, so you didn't see exactly what happened, but what's it been like coming back into the camp?
Yeah, to be honest, I was, a bit apprehensive coming back in on the back of 2 losses, but to be fair, the girls have been brilliant. They were more disappointed than anyone at the losses, and, I suppose they took a lot of positives out of it. We had been down a good bit against Kerry at half time and came back to have a good lead and just let it slip at the end, but it has been good coming back. We've a good group of young girls there who kind of keep you on your toes and are very positive, so thoroughly enjoying being back.
And what about Monaghan? In the league, of course, you had a bad league and then you survived at the end, so everything looked good, and then you get heavily beaten in the Ulster final, so who's the real Monaghan?
I don't know. I suppose you have to give credit to Donegal. They are a serious outfit, and their forward line especially are unbelievable. But we didn't have a great league campaign. Probably put a big push for the championship, beat Cavan just about, and then didn't go great against Donegal. But sure, you're still in it. Big massive qualifier match against Cork. So just see how it goes.
There have been other years when you've been beaten by Kerry, maybe not once but twice in the Munster Championship, and Cork always seem to have rallied. I mean, what is this? What is it that they get right for championship?
I don't know. I suppose obviously to be successful you have to have a bit of luck as well. But I think we do like knockout championship, and I think more so than winning, everyone hates the fear of losing. So I think maybe that's what drives us a bit. But I don't know, even if that'll be enough to beat Monaghan in a few weeks now.
Yeah, let's talk about Monaghan. I mean, obviously you've met them over the years, but they got quite a beating by Donegal recently in the Ulster final, so they're down as well.
Yeah, well, I suppose nobody knows better than us after the league final just how good Donegal are, so I wouldn't read too much into that. Donegal have unbelievable forwards, and I think, a lot went right on the day for them as well. So, Monaghan are still an excellent team. You don't become a bad team overnight. They're a very, very fast team, a good footballing team, and I suppose we do know them very well. We've had good battles with them down through the years, and I'd say in 3 weeks' time or 4 weeks' time will be no different.
So finally, looking at the thing this year, I'm wondering how you feel about it. You've been there year in, year out. You invariably get up to lift the cup on the steps, but is there any different feel this year, or is it just that you feel that you could do that little bit of extra edge? It's useful.
I don't think it's any different. Every year we go out to play, we treat each competition separately, so we would have the league first, then Munster Championship, and now we're into the All-Ireland Championship, and we still did win the league, and weren't obviously firing on all cylinders in Munster. But I think everyone's there, you know, wanting to win the All-Ireland. Everyone's wanting to knock you off your pedestal. So I think it's no different to any other year, and we're looking forward to it. And you know, we've a few hard weeks of training now, and hopefully we're ready for the game in 4 weeks' time.